Hey melanated tribe, welcome to Colored Mindset, where we create a masterpiece of the mind and soul through healing. And it's your host, Madam Shehu, and I want to know, are you ready to tap into your mental health? This is your safe space where you can be you, feel free, and most importantly, heal and boss up mentally. So let's get into it. I know you already have your pictures and the idea of what you want your vision board for 2024 to look like, but before you start, listen to these 6 things you should consider before making your 2024 vision board. And stay to the end because I have something special and interactive. So first, let's talk about detachment. Have you stopped to think about what gives you that feeling of worth? Your job, school, maybe achievements? Are you tying your happiness to external things? Let's talk about unhealthy attachment. It's when you think your joy is tied to something external. The catch, it only makes you overly dependent on these external things. And personally, I found a real blessing in learning to detach. Understanding that nothing is truly yours and anything can happen at any time. And not in a doomsday way, but in a freeing sense, realizing that with or without external things, you as a person are enough. So the goal is, don't let external things define your self-worth. Are you enough just being you without the added baggage? Good or bad, external events don't determine your identity. You just as you is enough. So let's dive into the topic that's often overlooked. Listening to yourself. Amidst the chaos of life, are you tuning into what your body is telling you? It's like having a personal GPS for your well-being. Are you brushing off stress, signals, or suppressing your true desires due to societal pressures? It's time to tap into your emotions, be in the moment, and here's how. Meditation and journaling are your power tools. Take a moment to check in, breathe, and explore your thoughts. Now, I'm more of a talk it out type of person, so I hit the record button and let my feelings flow. It's very therapeutic, and in fact, I'm doing it right now, sharing my thoughts with you. Why is this crucial? It's about connecting with your feelings, understanding your thoughts, and deciphering what your body truly craves. Are you in sync with your needs, wants, and yearnings? It's your personal check-in to differentiate between your authentic self and external influences. Discovering what you truly need, want, and believe by amplifying your inner voice leads us into knowing how to pour into ourselves. If you're anything like me, you've been pouring into everything and everyone, such as work, people, family, kids, whatever the case may be. It's high time you stop neglecting the most important person, which is you. Let's break free from the guilt of self-care, embrace being a little selfish, and recognize that filling your own cup is not just okay, it's essential. Because let's face it, you're the expert on you. Sure, others can lend a helping hand, but there's nothing like pouring into yourself. It's about tuning into your own needs, rediscovering joy, and addressing what you might have been ignoring. Take a moment to be selfish, focus on you, and set goals that truly resonate. As a recovering people pleaser, I get it. The struggle with boundaries. And trust me, I've been there. It's not always easy, but trust me, it's a game changer when it comes to pouring into yourself and listening to your own needs. Boundaries are your personal guide to how you want to be treated. Think of them as your self-love manual. By setting boundaries, you can communicate to both yourself and others about your needs and limits. It's like giving yourself permission to be a priority without feeling drained. So how can you start setting boundaries? Start by identifying what matters to you most, your values, your time, your mental and emotional well-being. Once you've got that clear picture, it's time to communicate. Don't be afraid to vocalize your needs and expectations. Go back to your self-love manual and remember this is meant for how others can treat you. Express yourself assertively but kindly. Remember, it's about self-respect, not shutting people out. Now let's address the guilt that might creep in. Setting boundaries doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who knows their worth. Embrace that, and when others push back, stand firm. You're not being unreasonable. You're taking care of yourself. Consistency is key. Boundaries aren't a one-time type of thing. It's a lifestyle. Stick to them, and with time, you'll notice a positive shift in how you feel and how others respond. Establishing boundaries helps to avoid burnout, feeling respected, and paving the way for happier relationships with yourself and others. And now, it's time to give yourself grace. If you're like me and tend to be your own toughest critic, this one is for you. It's great to set ambitious goals and push ourselves, but give yourself some grace in the process. See, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle, striving for those goals on a tight timeline. But here's the real deal. The journey matters too. Don't rush through it, soak it in. Sometimes you won't hit that goal right on schedule, and that's absolutely fine. Embrace the process, learn from any hiccups, and keep pushing forward. Now let's talk about forgiving yourself for the past, because we've all been there. Reflecting on what you've tolerated or allowed can be cringeworthy, but cut yourself some slack. Your past self didn't have the wisdom you do now. Learn, forgive, and move forward with newfound knowledge. Remember that when you're making your 2024 goals, it might not happen on your original timeline, but trust me, it'll happen when it's meant to. Give yourself the gift of grace and appreciate the lessons and keep going. Having faith in yourself and in God or a higher power is very important. So, you've done the soul searching, you've got the goals and needs mapped out. Now it's time to have faith. Believe in yourself and tap into the higher power, whether it's God or your personal guidance force. Faith is the fuel that propels us forward. It's the secret ingredient that turns dreams into reality. So dive into your aspirations with confidence, work at it, give it your all, and then leave the rest to God. Having faith means trusting the process, believing that as you take each step, the universe, God, is handling the rest. So believing in yourself, have faith, and let the journey unfold. You're not alone in this. All right, Melanated Tribe, we've covered a lot today, from detaching to pouring into yourself, setting boundaries, giving yourself grace, and having faith. Use these insights to craft your 2024 goals. Let the lessons on boundaries, grace, and faith guide you as you set your intentions for the year ahead. Now, as we wrap up, let's make it interactive. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and answer the questions. They all have to deal with the 6 things that we talked about. So number 1, we're talking about detachment. What external factors have you been tying your worth to, and how can you start detaching from them? 2, listening to yourself. How do you personally tune into your emotions and needs? Meditation, journaling, or talking it out? What's your go-to? Number 3, pouring into yourself. Share one way you plan to prioritize yourself more moving forward. 4, setting boundaries. What's a personal boundary you've set or plan to set to avoid burnout and build healthier relationships with you and with others? 5, giving yourself grace. How do you plan to integrate grace into your goal-setting process for 2024? 6, having faith. Share a moment when having faith, either in yourself or a higher power, made a significant impact on your journey. Now, comment below. I would love to hear your response. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and your insights could inspire someone else. Can't wait to read your responses. So as you move forward, remember you're worth it, your journey matters, and you've got the power to make it happen. Thanks for joining me on this adventure of self-discovery. Remember, your healing journey starts here. Until next time, keep embracing your journey and believing in yourself. You got this.